Hi everyone, my name is Marisa Gutierrez. I am a sophomore here at Our Lady of the Lake University. I'm a bio major with a minor in chem. I'm 20 years old and I'm from El Paso, Texas. So what I will be talking about today is just a small introduction of myself. So my background information of childhood and teen, my current life, and my drive, which is my future, my goals, and my ambitions. So background information. I come from a very large Mexican family, but immediate family is just my parents and my younger brother and myself. Growing up, and up until now, I feel like there's only two major events that have really contributed to who I am as a person, and that is the birth of my brother and the year I took off from school between graduating high school and entering college and being a full-time student. Let me explain. I was an only child for 11 years, and then I was blessed to have a sibling in my life. Being an only child, I found myself, I wasn't really bothered by it just because of my large family, like, aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. And I didn't see myself having that issue of not having anyone to play with or having no one to talk to, etc. But I felt I always lacked something. And then when my brother was born, it just kind of had an aha moment. It wasn't immediate just because of our age difference. I mean, 11 years is a big difference. But now he's my best friend, and he's the one I always want to talk to. He's just everything to me, and I just want to be a decent role model for him and to show him that anything is possible when you put your mind to it. So with him being born, I feel like I matured in an early age, but in a good way. I felt like I was more responsible. I had no problem with adapting or, taking responsibility of taking care of him if my parents had to work that evening or anything like that. I just feel like by him being brought into this world at the time that he was, like at that specific time and date, like it made me become the person that I am, in a sense. So I always thank him, even though he doesn't understand why. So the period that I had off of my academic so-called life, between graduation and coming into college, I feel that has been the most recent and the most important aspect that has changed me in a way, just because during that time frame of the year, I learned more about myself than I had ever learned about in my whole life. Before, I was a very shy individual. I really didn't, bust out with a crowd or anything like that. I just had my group of friends, and I was very closed off, and, I didn't really branch out. But taking that year off, I worked retail, and it was just basic work, come home, work, come home, work, come home. And I found myself being very dull and not being able to, do anything else. And I found myself feeling very closed off and very restrained, and kind of come back to a point where I wasn't happy, and I knew that I could do better. Like, I was purposely made for something more, to further my education. So with that time period, I learned that I needed to be more outspoken. I needed to have a bigger drive. I knew that I needed to go out into the world, get my education, and make a difference in the world in the field of science, because that's what I want to do. I want to be a marine biologist. I want to go into the field and study the flubber of beluga whales. I don't know why. It's interesting to me. Or anything in the ocean. I just find it amazing. So with that time frame of being off and not having to do anything in my life, I really learned a lot about myself in that case scenario. So moving on to my current life. As I said before, I am a full-time student here at the lake, and I am a bio major, and I do want to go further into my education and hopefully get a PhD. I mean, that's a long way, and it's a big goal, but I feel like I really can do it with the right dedication, mindset, etc. So here at the lake, I do various things in reference to, being active in social events or like academic groups, etc. I am I was doing so good. Okay. So, current life, what I do, what drives me. I'm a full-time student here at the lake, as I said before, and I am a biology major. I do want to go into the field of biology, specifically marine biology, as I said before. And it's hard. Yes, courses are hard, but I find it enlightening that so many people care here, and it's just a revelation. I am in student organizations here on campus. I have recently become a sister of Kappa Delta Chi Sorority Incorporated here at the lake, and it's very different from what you perceive in the movies. Like, there is service, there is studying, there is all this other aspects that you don't normally think of when you think of sorority when you first arrive and think of Greek life. I know I was very skeptical of joining a sorority just because I had only one mindset of it, but really it's not what you perceive, and I really do love it. Like, you go do service, you go study with your sisters, and all this other stuff, and it's really enlightening. So, I'm not only in that, but I'm also in Olu Math Society. I'm the secretary, so I do take responsibility in reference to that organization, along with the other officer positions, and I feel like because it's such a raw organization and it's still developing and everything, it's just very cool to be so active in this community of school and organizations that you just don't think of it as work. It's something that you want to do, which I think is really cool. And plus, being so busy and having a busy schedule, like, it just makes you more prepared for life in a way. So I think that's really nice. So what I want to do, or why I do it, is what I want to close up with in my speech. First of all, the reason I want to go so out of the ordinary with my career and go into marine biology is because I want to be out of my comfort zone. I want to explore more of science than just teaching. I mean, I love the concept of teaching and everything, but personally I don't have the patience, which is really sad, but I do. I really don't. And I want to go and be active and have hands-on experience and go and analyze and take notes and all this cool stuff. But mostly I just want to thank my parents in a way, because I mean, they didn't have the education that I'm getting, but I want to show them that even though a concept of marine biology is so crazy and it's so a long shot, that it's possible, and I just want to thank them and prove to them that I could do it and that I am doing it. And that's one of the main reasons why I want to go so far into the degree of study that I am in. And mostly it's because marine biology really does interest me. I also want to help, the sea and the ocean and lakes and rivers and all our water source, just because I feel like it's everything tied up to Mother Earth, so to speak. And I don't know, it's just something that I'm interested in. But I do want to help and thank my parents and all this good stuff. And I'm ranting. But yes. So, thank you and whatever. Okay, hold on. So that's my introduction speech. And that's the end. Oh no, I have a cold. So this is my introduction speech. It's a swan. Nope. So this is my introduction speech, and I want to end it with a quote that says, I find the ocean to be beautiful and terrifying. And I can tie this to how I view life. Nope, I don't want that. Okay. So this is the end of my introduction speech, and I just want to end it with a quote that says, I find the ocean both beautiful and terrifying. And it's kind of like life. And I feel like that ties to me very closely. So, thank you.